Google, the ubiquitous tech giant we rely on for everything from search results to cat videos, has found itself in a rather uncomfortable position. The defendant in a massive antitrust lawsuit. This lawsuit is not just a minor inconvenience, it represents a significant challenge to the way Google operates and its influence over the digital landscape. The US Department of Justice, in a move that sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley, has accused Google of using its immense power to stifle competition and maintain an iron grip on the digital world. This accusation is not just a simple claim, it is backed by extensive investigations and a detailed understanding of Google's business practices. This isn't just another legal battle, it's a battle for the future of the internet as we know it. The outcome could redefine how tech companies operate and compete, potentially leading to a more open and competitive digital marketplace. This lawsuit isn't about a few disgruntled competitors or a minor regulatory hiccup. It's a comprehensive challenge to the very core of Google's business model and its strategies for maintaining market dominance. It's about whether one company, with its tentacles reaching into every corner of our digital lives, has become too big, too powerful, and too dominant for its own good. The implications of this case extend beyond Google, potentially affecting other tech giants with similar business practices. The outcome of this case, with billions of dollars and the very structure of the tech industry hanging in the balance, will have far-reaching consequences for years to come. Investors, consumers, and tech companies alike are watching closely, as the verdict could reshape the financial and operational landscape of the entire industry. The Department of Justice's lawsuit is no slap on the wrist. It's a full-blown assault on Google's business practices. The government is seeking not just fines or penalties, but potentially structural changes to how Google operates. At the heart of the accusations is the claim that Google has abused its dominance in search and online advertising, two interconnected markets where the tech giant reigns supreme. These markets are crucial for the digital economy, and any unfair practices can have widespread repercussions. The lawsuit paints a picture of a company that has used its position not to innovate and compete fairly, but to crush rivals, limit consumer choice, and cement its own monopoly power. This narrative challenges the image of Google as a benevolent innovator and raises questions about the ethical responsibilities of tech giants. This case is about more than just legal technicalities. It's about fundamental questions of fairness, innovation, and the role of government in regulating the digital giants that increasingly shape our world. The decision will set a precedent for how we balance the power of technology with the need for a competitive and fair marketplace, influencing the future of digital innovation and consumer rights. The Department of Justice's lawsuit doesn't mince words. It accuses Google of engaging in a systematic campaign to maintain its monopoly power. This lawsuit is a significant move, highlighting the growing concerns over the influence and reach of big tech companies in our daily lives. The lawsuit alleges that Google has used a combination of anti-competitive tactics, including exclusive agreements, discriminatory practices, and self-preferencing, to stifle competition and harm consumers. These practices, according to the Department of Justice, have created an uneven playing field where smaller competitors struggle to survive. One of the key accusations leveled against Google is its practice of entering into exclusive distribution agreements with other companies. These agreements are not just business deals, they are strategic moves designed to lock out competition and ensure Google's dominance in various markets. These agreements, the lawsuit alleges, effectively shut out competitors by preventing them from accessing key distribution channels. This means that other companies, no matter how innovative or efficient, find it nearly impossible to reach consumers. Imagine a world where you could only access the internet through Google's browser, search for information using Google Search, and watch videos on YouTube. This scenario isn't far-fetched. It's a reality that the lawsuit claims Google is working towards, limiting consumer choice and control. That's the kind of dominance Google is accused of seeking to maintain. By integrating its services so deeply into our digital lives, Google ensures that users remain within its ecosystem. making it difficult for competitors to offer alternative solutions. The lawsuit also targets Google's control over the online advertising market, where it acts as both a dominant platform and a major participant. This dual role gives Google an unparalleled advantage, allowing it to set the rules while also playing the game. This dual role, the Department of Justice argues, creates a clear conflict of interest and allows Google to unfairly advantage its own advertising services while disadvantaging competitors. This not only affects businesses, but also impacts the quality and diversity of ads consumers see. The Department of Justice's case hinges on the argument that Google's actions have harmed consumers by limiting choice, stifling innovation, and potentially leading to higher prices. When competition is stifled, consumers are the ones who ultimately pay the price, both literally and figuratively. The lawsuit seeks to address these alleged harms by calling for structural changes to Google's business, including the potential breakup of the tech giant. Such a move could reshape the tech landscape, fostering a more competitive environment that benefits consumers and encourages innovation. The potential consequences of the Department of Justice's lawsuit are enormous, both for Google and for the tech industry as a whole. One of the most drastic remedies being considered is a breakup of the company, a move that would have seismic implications for the tech landscape. Breaking up Google would involve separating its various businesses such as search, advertising and Android into independent entities. This would, in theory, create a more level playing field by preventing Google from leveraging its dominance in one area to gain an unfair advantage in others. However, such a move would be incredibly complex and would likely face fierce opposition from Google. The financial stakes of the lawsuit are staggering. Google's parent company, Alphabet, is currently valued at over $1.6 trillion, making it one of the most valuable companies in the world. A breakup, if ordered by the court, could result in Google losing hundreds of billions of dollars in market value. Some analysts estimate that a breakup could wipe out as much as $600 billion from Alphabet's market capitalization. The potential for a breakup has injected a significant degree of uncertainty into Google's future. Investors, competitors and industry observers are all watching closely, eager to see how this high-stakes legal battle will play out. At the heart of the Department of Justice's case against Google lies the accusation that the tech giant has engaged in a pattern of anti-competitive behavior, using its immense market power to stifle competition and maintain its dominance. This case is not just about one company's practices, but about the broader implications for the tech industry and consumer choice. One of the key tactics Google is accused of employing is the use of exclusive agreements, arrangements that effectively shut out competitors and limit consumer choice. These agreements are often shrouded in secrecy, making it difficult for the public to understand the full extent of their impact. These exclusive agreements take various forms, but they all share a common goal: to ensure that Google's products and services remain the default option for users. This strategy is meticulously planned and executed, leaving little room for competitors to make inroads. For example, the Department of Justice alleges that Google has paid billions of dollars to smartphone manufacturers and wireless carriers to ensure that its search engine is pre-installed and set as the default on their devices. This means that from the moment a user powers on their new device, they are funneled into using Google's services. This practice, the lawsuit argues, gives Google an unfair advantage over competing search engines, which are effectively blocked from reaching a significant portion of potential users. Competing search engines, no matter how innovative or user-friendly, struggle to gain visibility. The lawsuit also highlights Google's agreements with web browsers, which are often pre-installed with Google as the default search engine. This means that even if a user wants to switch, they have to go through a cumbersome process to change the default settings. These agreements, the Department of Justice argues, further solidify Google's dominance in search by making it more difficult for users to switch to alternative search providers. The friction involved in changing defaults acts as a deterrent, keeping users within Google's ecosystem. These exclusive agreements, according to the lawsuit, create a self-perpetuating cycle of dominance where Google's existing market share allows it to secure favorable agreements that further entrench its position and make it harder for competitors to gain a foothold. This cycle is difficult to break, as it feeds on itself, growing stronger with each new agreement. The Department of Justice argues that these exclusive agreements have stifled innovation and harmed consumers by limiting their choices and potentially leading to higher prices. When competition is stifled, the incentive for companies to innovate diminishes, leading to a stagnation in technological advancements. By ensuring that its products and services are the default option for millions of users, Google has been able to maintain its dominant position without having to compete on a truly level playing field. This dominance not only affects the search engine market, but also has ripple effects across the entire tech industry, influencing everything from advertising rates to the development of new technologies. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications, potentially reshaping the landscape of the tech industry. It serves as a critical reminder of the importance of maintaining competitive markets to foster innovation and protect consumer interests. As the legal battle unfolds, all eyes will be on the courtroom to see whether the Department of Justice can successfully challenge Google's practices and bring about meaningful change in the industry. The stakes are high, and the future of digital competition hangs in the balance.